And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Starfinder No Place Like Home, our Starfinder 2nd Edition adventure featuring these wonderful and amazing Patreons who support the channel, keep the lights on, and let us do all these cool, crazy, and amazing things we do on a Monday morning. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
It's so good to see you guys. I'm very, very excited for today's game. Welcome to Steve, who's been enjoying Gamescom this weekend. How's it been, mate?
Oh, it's been fun.
Yeah? Any highlights? Any big sweeping moments of like awesomeness?
I had fun playing with Dork Tales with Kelly.
Nice. Love that. Kelly's a great person.
A nice table. He said hi.
Oh, yay. Love that. If you do get a chance to, please go check out Dork Tales. Dork Tales are an amazing streaming group. We do love Dork Tales here. So, yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yeah. And other than that, lots of fun stuff. And you know, a lightsaber course that I took that I'm suffering from.
That's true.
You know, turns out that when you don't do those kinds of things, your muscles that work for it go, I'm going to remind you that I exist now.
You mean like separating your arms into like 4 different arms and then swinging 4 lightsabers simultaneously? It's very difficult. Yeah, your body definitely goes, man, it's been a long time since I've done that. Not since my Mortal Kombat days where I tried to be Goro.
It's like getting a decent spin going with the. It's like
stupid freaking.
And doing it, if you're doing it there, you got to have your arm up. So it's you eventually get this point where it's like, oh my. Anyways.
No, absolutely. Well, I'm glad you had a great time, and I'm hoping to give you another great time here at today's session. But before we kick off, we have of course some people to thank. We have of course our sponsors who keep the lights on and let us look as good as we do. We have of course Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, which covers all of our maps, our tokens, our dice rollers, all this cool stuff. It helps me focus on the game by providing me all the tools I need in order to run my game and connect with all of these lovely people from all around the world. We also have Sirenscape for the beautiful sound effects you'll hear throughout the course of the game, because sometimes shit just needs to sound good, look good, and it's a great way to immerse your players, so go check out Sirenscape. They're amazing as well. And lastly, we have Hero Forge for the wonderful art you can see on screen here. All of the character tokens that you can see are made using an amazing 3D model making software that allows you to not only create and design and utilize your minis, but also 3D print them and get them shipped to you anywhere in the world. So yeah, go check those out. Those are awesome. Cool. Now, of course, no role-playing game is complete without a cadre of main characters to go through this adventure and do some cool stuff. So, to introduce themselves and the characters that we have, we actually know what we're a little bit behind, so I will do the intro. We have, playing the role of Gareth, the captain of the Morning Phoenix and this crew of wayward free runners, a man who is on the run from his past as well as the police, otherwise known as the stewards. Much is still yet to be discovered about Gareth, but he is a Solarian, a person who utilizes the powers of the cosmos in order to try and wield energy and graviton weapons to their disposal. This character is played by the infamous Cookiemon Steve.
I like being infamous.
Infamous. Hello. Yes. Next up, in the medical bay, playing the role of the ship's doctor and, of course, a medical officer, we have Elwyn, a human who was raised by the people of the Idara, a Kasathan world ship. These are kind of a monistic people who spend a great deal of time studying and living in peace with those around them. These formerly desert-dwelling folk often go on an enlightening journey known as a temperance, where they basically go out and learn their place in the universe. And Elwyn is currently on their temperance, traveling with Gareth in order to learn more about the cosmos and themselves. This character is played by the wonderful and amazing Cass.
Hi.
Hi. All right. Then, of course, playing the role of Mercutio, formerly a crusader who existed long ago in ancient times, whose soul was trapped into a teapot and managed to survive through the ages and be eventually found and placed within the body of a robotic organism, transforming them into a sapient robot capable of using engineering skills and repairing skills and computing skills in order to try and maintain and keep the Morning Phoenix alive and kicking. We have the infamous Mercutio, who you may remember from our previous adventures in Curse of the Crimson Throne, played by the wonderful and amazing Marcus, aka Korshift.
Hello.
Hello! Next, of course, we have the snarky, the squirrely, and the very, very solid Skittermander Medellin, who is a, what are they called? Fugitive, that's the word. I was going to say refugee, but that's not right. A fugitive from the Vescarium Empire after learning secrets that should not be learned. Medellin escaped her home and all that she knew as a soldier in the Vesk Empire in order to try and make a life for themselves. Are we a seal? Is that what's happening?
I'm painting my nails, so I'm trying to dry them off.
Oh, okay. I was like, like my fucking 2-year-old lizard brain just went. We're clapping. Fucking yeah. Sorry, I'm a spud.
In the middle of doing mine too.
Look, it's movement, okay? I'm like a fucking T-Rex, okay? I don't notice people until they move. All right, so there you go. We have
T-Rex where?
We have Medellin, played by the amazing Votaria.
Hey everyone!
Hello! Your video has a huge lag to your audio. I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. Just say something real quick.
Hello. Let me close something out here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lag. No, that's okay. Just be aware of it. That's all. It's not going to impact things too greatly, I think, because you're coming through loud and clear. So that's fine. Okay. All right. Next on our list, playing the role of a very mysterious individual who has very recently joined up with the group, a mercenary / assassin / person for hire / privateer in and of themselves. Noir is an operative. I can't remember what species you were. It was a funny word. It was something beginning with M. It was
Madrosarai.
The Madrosarai. Yes, a Madrosarai operative who is an ally to the group, is an enemy to the group, who no one quite knows at the moment, because they are currently on the run from our heroes after having procured a very important piece of equipment that our heroes are trying to get back. And this very enigmatic character is played by our dear friend Matt, aka All Things Fantasy.
Hello.
And last but certainly not least, taking the role of Carlina, the first mate of the crew, the other repair person aboard the vessel, and of course the trusted advisor to Captain Garrett themselves, a Pathra Guardian, who is pretty much the bulwark of our team, protecting them from a number of different dangers, threats, and calamities. We have none other than the Calamity themselves, Malakisa. Hi, Mally.
Hi, Doug. Calamity, really? I'm not that bad.
Unless you're piloting.
If Holly was a nuisance, clap your hands. There you go. All right, done. Sorry, it's the clapping thing. I'm still on this. Anyway, I know they look great. They look marvelous.
I'm not done yet.
All right.
So there will be more drawing. So there will be more motion from my camera.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll accept it. Okay. So yes, this is our characters for today. Now, as always, we also have one last person to thank, and that is our lovely audience members. Thank you all for being here, being a part of the show. Getting to join us, hanging out, and having a good time. As such, we invite you behind the GM screen in order to have a bit of fun with us and play around while we're doing stuff. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time to to influence the game. These things are insight bonuses, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine intervention, divine healing, and so much more. They are always there to help out the group whenever you would like to, and they're very welcome all the time to basically swing things in their favor. If you haven't subscribed, subscribers earn channel points a little quicker than most, so hey, if you haven't had a chance to, subscribe. Then, of course, we have monetary donations for those of you who want to help Dag with his monthly survival check. What is the survival check? Basically, it's my way of living. It pays my mortgage. It gives me solid food. It pays for subscriptions for my books and stuff like that I use for Fantasy Grounds and all the other cool stuff. Because while I say I have sponsors, I will point out these people are sponsors in words alone. Like we use their stuff, we love their stuff, we endorse their stuff. It's great, but they don't actually like put food on my table. But I still love them. They're all amazing, and they're run by incredible people who I trust and who I have had the pleasure of being able to meet. So, I endorse them very, very heavily. But it is you guys who actually help me make this a viable career. And as such, here is how we will reward your monetary donations to help me keep going. We have, for $5, Hero Points and Jinx Points. Hero Points are the red marks you can see on screen. Jinx Points are the purple marks. Hero Points can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules and roll with advantage. Jinx Points can be used to counter Hero Points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks. Either the Plot Twist deck, which I have in front of me here, which is a deck filled with narrative prompts. All of these narrative prompts, these very, very cool prompts, are stuff that basically will inspire the plot and the story, and I will try my best to throw them in using my improv skills. They're very hard to do, but they're fun. We then also have a $10 donation, which is a Harrow draw, which one of the players of your choice will be able to draw a card from the infamous Harrow deck, which will provide our heroes with a prophecy. At any point in time during the game, from that point on, they can call upon the prophecy in order to take GM powers for themselves and fulfill that prophecy to the best of their abilities. They take on the story, they take on the storytelling, that's just what happens. $20 for the coveted golden natural 20, because sometimes shit just needs to work, and a nat 20 is how you make it work. Then we have for $50 our boss buff or magic item. The boss buff is as the name implies, a buff to the boss. Makes them tougher, stronger, faster, changes the terrain, makes it more challenging, might change the parameters of victory, do a whole bunch of cool stuff, so there's that. Or you can provide a magic item to a player of your choice. That's there too. Now, secret menu item. Now, I have wanted to do this for a while. Now that we have Noir back. Noir, the secret menu item is yours for today. So I will give you a special focus power. Dun, 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 dun. A secret fighting art called Mirror Double. You will be able to create temporarily for 1d4 rounds a single holographic clone of yourself. While the holographic clone is around, it can do and interact in ways that you can interact as per normal. But at the end of that period of time, one of the two clones disappears. You'll be able to choose which of those clones disappears. Now, the area in which you can create it has to be somewhere visible and has to be somewhere within 10 foot of your present location. It can be on the other side of bars. It can be through a glass window, but it cannot be on the other side of a door that you cannot see, for example. Once that time ends, you can then disappear. Like the original, you could be the hologram, and that new hologram is now you. Now, it's a single consciousness, mind you, so even though there are two people who could converse, potentially, share information and stuff like that, you do have two separate experiences, two separate identities, and when one of them disappears, they take anything they've learned with them as well. So there's that. Cool, that is it. So yes, your secret technique, which is your mirror doubled hologram. So there you go. Cool. We good? Solid? Everyone good? Fantastic. All right,
Yep,
let's then get stuck in, shall we?
Do we want to do plot twists? Schooly I did just donate 3.
We have 3 plot twists, Schooly Eye. Thank you so much for your donation. Yes, I will, and I just dropped half of my deck down there. You know what? Just because clearly this deck is eager to go, I will use these cards instead of the full deck, because why not? They seemed eager. Okay, why did you guys jump out at me? Here we go. Okay. Plot twist number 1 is reunion. I mean, that one's pretty obvious, but, you know, we'll do that one. Reunion. Next one is collective memory. Oh, these are cakewalk. I can do these ones. And the last one, look at that. Phobia. Yeah. Beautiful. Love that. You know what, Schoolie? Just because these are going to be so easy, I'm going to throw in a free one for you because it has been a while. Here we go. We have, for the last plot twist, magic moment. It's a magic moment. Yep. All right. There we go. So we've got 4 plot twists lined up and on the board, ready to go. So there we go. All right. Let us dive into today's session then. Let's see. What do we want? Give me... No, I want... Yes! There it is. Haha. Give me this. Is this good? What do we got? No, too moody. Let's go with... What's this one? Okay, yeah, this is it. Okay, cool. So, when last we left off, our heroes were in pursuit of Noir after he had stolen the vault from the derelict Knights of Galarian ship and made a quick escape from the Vesk that surrounded the derelict. Our heroes, realizing that they had been duped by the operative, quickly made their way after him, but not before Noir disabled their chameleon cloak and revealed them to the Vesk. The Vesk pursued our heroes as best as they could, but a very, very quick drift drive leap managed to afford our heroes some measure of distance from them. Having narrowly escaped, they then began to repair certain systems and increase the range of their scanners in order to try and pick up Noir's trail, which they managed to ping, instead of Noir, a large space station. Realizing that Noir had headed out into the vast, which is where you guys find yourself presently, this was the only place to go in the vast. As the name implies, there's no explored planets here, no beacons that would help the drift drive return you back to safe haven. At this point in time, you are out on your own without a lifeline. So our heroes began to make their way towards the only signal on their scans. Finding what appeared to be a large space station that was basically comprised of various piecemealed ships, broken space stations, and junk that had been collided with one another. A potentially hostile threat lay ahead. But as our heroes called onto the comms, they were surprised to find not just a friendly face, but a familiar one as well. Cousin Mandy, a Patra who is related to our infamous Carlina. I keep saying infamous, I gotta find a better word. But yes. And it's here, with a warm invitation to visit, our heroes begin. Oh, and they did find Noir's ship. Noir's ship is currently being processed and smelted aboard the space station by a number of smaller individuals. Where Noir is, what he is doing, is still unsure. So there you go. All right. As your ship makes dock onto the space station, the The person who greets you is of course none other than Cousin Mandy. Cousin Mandy is surrounded by a very, very eclectic group of individuals, all of which wearing piecemealed clothing and armor and armed and equipped with very, very handcrafted weaponry. As you land, it's up to you. You can disembark. You can stay there. It's up to you. How would you like to approach this scene?
I will.
Before we go down and disembark, Elwyn's gonna go up to Carlina and just be like, he looks cool. First off. Second off, are you excited to see him?
I absolutely am. I love Cousin Mandy. I haven't seen him forever.
Also, that is actually very true. You have not seen Cousin Mandy in quite some time. In fact, last you heard, Cousin Mandy was lost in the vast after his ship's drift drive failed, and he was launched very, very quickly into the vast, never to be heard from again.
Yeah, super excited.
Yeah, I'm glad you're excited. We'll need to properly catch up later, but I'm sure you've got junker stuff to talk to him about, and I don't know anything about, but let's go.
Yeah, come on, Captain. Let's go. I'm excited.
Yep. And
Okay.
I think for purposes of this, if you don't mind, I'd like you to be in charge.
I'm okay with that. I'm sure these guys are.
So you can call me Gareth, and you're captain. And he's going to say that with everybody.
Weird, but okay.
Are you okay with that?
Sure.
If it needs to change, let me know. But
Yeah, if you think so. Gareth.
I almost
Yes,
thought
Captain.
you were going to call him Gary.
All right. You disembark the ship, and as you do so, Cousin Mandy is very quick to approach. You see that the others behind him seem to be very squirrely. They're definitely not as welcoming. They kind of like are just inspecting you, kind of like frowning, kind of like hands on their guns and stuff. They don't have them like out and aimed or anything like that, but you can tell that there's a tension there. Oh my God, Colina! I can't believe that you've made it. I never thought in a million years I'd be able to see you again. Come give your cousin a hug.
You. Carlina's gonna run up and give him a huge hug.
As they do so, they hug, and it actually looks and sounds like, you know, when two tigers kind of like leap at each other and they have that kind of growly roar kind of thing when they're playing. That's the kind of noise that both of them start to make as they embrace and they hug. As they say, I can't believe it. You survived. Not many people really make it out here. I'm honestly very shocked.
I survived. I'm surprised you survived. Your mama has been like frantic ever since you disappeared.
Oh yes, no, I'd imagine so. I'll definitely miss her. I wish things could have been different, but you know, things are what they are in the vast. Very grim,
Yeah, I guess that's
you know.
So
Fucking give me the point, Mally. Give me the point. It's very grim in the
gave you the
vast.
point.
you did.
Thank you. Okay.
You got it.
Fuck yeah. All right. Carry on. We can keep playing.
Got
I
it.
just.
Oh, the slow clap.
I was
He
trying to
needs
stay
the
in
praise
character.
today.
I was trying to stay in character.
All right. Well, look, plenty of time to catch up. Come. Let me feed you and your crew. For those of you who don't know who I am the Overlord here. You may call me Mandy. This is Charles. This is Darwin. This is Neil. This is Eugene. Okay, we don't like Eugene. Okay, Eugene is a fucking cunt. Okay, shut up, Eugene. You know what you did. All right. This is Simon. This is Sarah. This is Tony, Tiffany, and Tanya. All right, Tony, Tiffany, Tanya. Oh, wait, no, sorry, Tanya, Tiffany, Tony. That's who they are. All right, and I'll introduce you to everyone as we're going. All right, come on. Let's get some food in here. He'll begin to lead you through the vast corridors inside of the facility. Again, like if you thought your ship was a little bit under like maintained, this ship is far worse. Like, you actually see some points where the doors are actually ajar, and he basically has to like sort of elbow the door like fully open and stuff like that, and it starts sparking. As he's moving through, he's just describing to you like this place that he found and that they managed to salvage and piece it together. It's still a work in progress, but apparently the original owners outran their lease, and they just kind of dumped this into space. And another person's trash is my life raft. Eventually you come to the cafeteria, where you see this very, very filthy kind of mess hall. There are several people who are here already. There's some vending machines that are kind of like very ill-stocked. Mostly gray cubes kind of are here. And you see that the fabricator seems to be on the fritz as well. And all it seems to be able to produce are warm oats. With no honey or anything. It's just a bowl of very moist, warm oats, which people are eating. Not unhappily, mind you, but just eating. All right, what can I get you? Warm oats, yeah, and brown water. Don't worry, we have the finest brown water. It's basically coffee, but he, basically gets you all a tray for each of you.
Sounds great. Thanks, cousin.
Now tell me, what brings you here? I mean, of course, I know what brings you here, but what brings you here?
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to say that an individual was trying to screw us over. We got separated. Maybe it was a mistake on his part.
Right.
We did get separated. And we have some questions for him, and he does have some of the stuff that's ours, and we tracked his ship here, funny enough.
Oh, right,
Did you just have a ship arrive recently?
Oh yeah, no, of course we did. That'd be his ship right there. And he points directly at Noir, who's like at a different table eating oats and the brown water. Noir.
Okay, Noir does not drink coffee. He drinks tea. Just saying.
Noir, mid-bite of warm, soggy oats, kind of looks up.
Meanwhile, we now go back in time to, of course, Noir. Noir, you have recently left behind the rest of the crew, and beside you is, of course, a very, very small shipping sort of device thing. This is like a key, basically, and attached to the back of your ship is what looks to be a large container. This, of course, is the vault that you managed to procure from the space station. You've been instructed to meet on the scrap ship in order to wait for your client, who apparently will transfer you a large amount of units for this thing. As you make your way there, all of a sudden, your ship's systems begin to fail. Your sensors start acting weird. You can't really see anything ahead of you. You can look out of your actual front window and you could see the space station, but your navigations are shot for some reason.
All right. I'm gonna flick a couple of toggles. Pretty much. Just kind of tap on the screen itself.
Eventually you hear a crackling voice on the radio. Noir. Down. Systems. Land. Or else.
I guess I don't have much of a choice, do I?
Being in the Vast, this is the only place to go. If you choose to leave, you would be wandering driftless and aimless in this space.
Especially with a malfunctioning ship. I'm going to try to create I'm going to try to do an emergency landing on this space station.
All right. make a piloting check as you begin to try and navigate as best you can. Thankfully, the space station is not large enough to have a too strong a gravity field. Oh, hell yeah, but you are an expert pilot and do manage to actually...
Expert pilot.
You absolutely managed to put yourself down without any damage to the vault or to your own vessel. As you land, however, unannounced, you are immediately besieged upon by several, sort of, again, Mad Max, kind of looking individuals. Who are you? Come out of that! Come out of your ship now with your hands up!
No, I was going to slowly exit the ship. I'm sorry to land here. My ship was suffering some form of malfunction. I apologize for not calling ahead. I could not get my communications working.
You there. Drop your weapons.
He looks at his empty hands and go, oh, yeah. He's going to slowly unbuckle his belt and let the pistol drop, and then he's going to unsling the rifle and put it on the ground as well.
Right, you're coming to meet the boss.
Yes, please. Thank you.
As you're brought before Cousin Mandy sits on what looks to be a very large throne made of rifles and guns, basically, just that have been smelted into a chair. He leans forward and he's like, so I heard you thought you could just come into my domain unannounced and what, start scrapping your own material? We don't do that sort of thing here.
No, I apologize for landing on your station. I was given coordinates to drop an item off here to somebody, to my client.
Oh, your client? Ah, you mean the other fellow that came in? Yes, no, we did have a conversation with him. Where's that man that was looking for his ally or whatever? Yeah, bring him here. And you watch as a guy comes in with what looks to be a small esky. For those of you who don't know what an esky is, it's basically a cooler. He opens it up and he reveals the severed head of your client, which he then throws at the ground. Yeah, terribly sorry about that. His mind was infected by worms. We don't really, worry about, kind of the finances and the particulars of it. But when we see someone who definitely has worms in the brain, well, only one solution there.
Damn.
But, you don't have worms on the brain, do you, son?
No, I'm notoriously worm-free.
Yeah, is that right? We'll see. I'm interested in this thing you've procured for your client. Very hard to find good scavengers these days, especially with, everything that's happened in the world since, the incident. So I'll tell you what, make yourself comfortable. Grab yourself a bite to eat. It looks as though we have some more visitors coming in, so maybe there's going to be more opportunities for you to sell your little thing there. But don't go anywhere.
Very well. Thank you for your hospitality.
Of course. He kind of leans back and he starts talking to some people, and then you can actually see him get really excited, like, no way, no, get out of here, stop, it's not, is it? Really? Yeah, give me the phone. Go later. Yes, you as you then make your way. You kind of vaguely hear it, and you think maybe you mishear it. Like, there's no way he said Carlina.
There's no way.
Yeah.
That'd be ridiculous. Like, what are the odds of that happening, right?
And as you think that, we now smash cut back to the cafeteria. Yeah, that's him right there.
Yeah, Noir is the individual that was carrying some cargo for us and then suddenly took off. But that was a mistake, right, Noir? You didn't mean to do that to us, did ya?
Noir's going to place his spoon back in the oats, and he's going to lean back. And he's like, I guess that might be the case. In any case, it's no use to me anymore. You might as well have it back.
might as well have it back, huh?
Yes, I'm happy to give it to you, Carlino.
See, how wonderful is that? He's providing you the thing you want for free. That's fantastic. That's like one of the kindest scavenger things you can do to someone.
Yeah.
You know, limited resources with, you know, the world having ended and stuff like that. You know, to give away things is perfectly, you know, it's just something that you don't see happen very often. It brings a tear to my eye.
What ended?
Oh, you mean the universe? Yeah. Everything. It's all ended.
No, it hasn't.
Sure it has. Yeah, it's been ended for a while now. I thought you would have noticed.
No, we just ran into the Vesk. They're definitely still
I
around.
remember Vesk. Oof. They were a nasty people once.
No, they're still alive and kicking. There's a lot of them, and we just left the core worlds a couple weeks ago, and they were fine.
He says, I don't want to alarm you, but unfortunately, what you saw was just a hallucination.
Cousin Mandy, are you okay?
You can see that Cousin Mandy's demeanor changes a little bit. He says, you've all seen, you know, have you all seen the you know, Pact Worlds and the Vesk and stuff like that recently? All of you?
Yes.
Yes. And the last Vesk we saw was a badass.
He says, all right, well, just bear with me for a moment. He says something to someone near him, and then he says, enjoy your food. I'll be back in just a moment. There's something I'll need to check. He gets up and walks away.
You tracked my bank, didn't you?
Yep, we did.
Damn.
Actually, they didn't track you. They tracked the station. Just to
okay.
refresh my player's memory in case the players forgot.
Oh yeah.
Well, we tracked the signal that pinged his bank transaction pinged from the station.
That was the intention, but you didn't get that.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't get that. All you got was the only thing that pinged back was this station. So it wasn't that you found him. You found the only place he had to go in this region.
Okay.
But we could be lying to him to make him.
Yes, correct. Yeah, but I figured it'd been a week, so you might have forgotten as a minor detail. So you know.
Yeah. Let him think we're better than we are.
I didn't think you would have the knowledge or the capabilities. In any case, what do I owe the pleasure?
Yeah, we're gonna be taking that vault, and
as I said, it has no more use to me.
Yeah.
Client's been given a rather short haircut, so if you want the vault, I'm willing to give it to you.
Okay.
Your client was meeting you here?
Yeah.
Sorry, Cap.
Yeah, the client was supposed to meet me here. Safe, secure, outside of the range of anything else. I might as well take up permanent residency.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. We'll see how you last with this bunch.
In any case, you still owe me, Kalina.
No, you
Yes.
took the cloaking ship.
No, yes, you owe me.
No, you
Yes, you owe me.
Once you took down our cloaking shield in front of the Vesk, that killed that.
That was just part of good business.
That's
You
called
still
a
owe me. I'm not
backstab.
one to betray my word, and I rescued your friend from that Vesk. I could have left her. I could have left her to be shot, strangled,
And then you screwed
taken
us.
away. But instead, I did an action, and I did something more successfully than any of you flailing about could accomplish.
No, you screwed us and ran away, so you forfeited your payment.
No.
Yeah.
I think we have a disagreement here, Kalina, and I'm willing to accept your failings. But I am a person of my word, and I expect the people I work with to be a person of their word.
Are you
Such as
really gonna
you,
try
Mercutio.
to turn this around? No, you forfeited your payment when you screwed us with the Vesk and then left.
So real quick, just because Carlina is going down a path of business and things, there was actually no subtext or predetermined arrangement that said he would not get paid if he took actions against the group at all. And
There wasn't, but
and standard practice,
we
if you said you owed him something, you owe him the thing. Right now, at least as a privateer who understands how contracts work, you do owe Noir.
I did say we would talk about it. I didn't specify.
Oh no,
anything
you did. You did. It absolutely was. An arrangement was made for compensation for his aid. That is true. There wasn't I'm thinking about it. That was very much put into concrete. And he's said that he made his aid and he's fulfilled that part. So if you are going to get him out of it, it has to be something about what he did to not fulfill what was arranged versus what he did after he fulfilled his arrangement. Kind of like, if he said, hey, I'll give you $10 for a Lego, he gives you the Lego, but then punched you in the nose. I mean, yeah, he punched you in the nose, but you still owe him for the Lego.
Yeah, but he took our cloaking shield down to get us just killed by the Vesks. So then that actually not only put Medellin back in danger, but then put the rest of us back in danger. It was only sheer fucking luck we got away.
True,
All right,
but he did help you guys get off the ship.
To also play devil's advocate, the deal was to save Medellin from that one specific Vesk woman.
Oh, actually,
He did what he said he was going to do, and a little extra.
Yeah, no, I believe it was to get them off the ship, which he did.
Yeah. So is that knowledge that all of us would have?
Yes.
Like,
Oh, well, no. Because Carlina hasn't shared any of that, but I'm just giving some perspective here in terms of it because
I
yes.
meant like the business knowledge, not the.
Oh yeah, the business
meta
knowledge is like, I mean, again, it depends on. So let's backtracking on this. The reason I bring this up is because when you're it depends on how you as a character sort of treat lawful agreements, especially word of mouth agreements. Because there's no written contract, all you have is your word to go on, and that's kind of what Noir has been playing on. This was a verbal contract, not a physical one.
Perfect.
Now,
hi, Paladin here.
Sure. With that being said, and I know that Carlina is not necessarily a contractual, sort of dot the I's, cross the T's type of character, I do want to just give the baseline so that if Carlina is wiggling or squirming through that arrangement that was verbal, I want to make sure that we as players all understand this is what was said, this is the agreement, this is now what is happening in the conversation. That's all. I just want to kind of make sure everyone has that baseline because I don't want it to become a player, he said, she said. I want it to be a character, he said, she said. So the overall thing is compensation was agreed for his help. He did fulfill that. And yes, he did screw you after he had helped you, 100%. But that doesn't necessarily void his aid, which was the thing he's being compensated for. So that's what Noir's asking for. Carlina is arguing that he's voided that by having sabotaged them at the end, which is good. And now we're all kind of in that same level of things. So you guys can continue.
Okay. So what if we didn't agree on anything, Noir? So what exactly would you want for compensation after screwing us and leaving us to die to the Vesk and then leaving without your payment? What do you think would be fair in this situation?
I'm after information. Since my contact is no longer with us, I require someone to find something for me.
can't help you unless I get more information.
Across your travels, have you seen someone like me?
Elowen will kind of little wave from like where she's kind of sitting off the side and go, yeah, I've seen two. Then she just cuts herself off and then holds up the two fingers at you.
Noir then turns his full attention onto you, Elowen. Where?
On our ship. While ago, before we found the derelict, they are both well taken care of at this point.
When you mean well taken care of, do you mean you sent them off into the abyss, or did you put a bullet into their head?
One of them.
Elowen is gonna just kind of, still having not fully processed all of the things with the other two, she's gonna kind of lift her glasses a little, and rub her eyes and go, one of them essentially sent to what I would call an abyss. The other one took multiple bullets to the head and is very much dead and scrapped for parts.
You shouldn't have let him
That's
go.
a way to put it.
I
Not
wrestle
if
with
let
that
him go.
decision every day at this point.
Well, my payment will be thus. Allow me to travel with you, and hopefully encounter anyone else of my particular visage. Allow me to have them, to talk to them, to find out what I need.
I would need your firm word that you will never do anything to hurt or damage us in our travels.
Well, the person I'm after is probably already aware of you. Why would I want to damage you? Or the ship?
Yeah, that's not your word.
My word, it shall be. At least I can stick to it.
So you will do nothing that will potentially hurt any of us or our ship while
On the
you travel.
contrary, I'll do what I can to make sure that you survive.
What do you guys think?
Elowen will kind of, Arlena, at the end of the day, this is your deal, and then she's going to turn back to Noir. Ultimately, I think, I don't have a full idea, obviously, but I've met two of them. I know what they're capable of. If another one comes into
Do
our
not
path alive,
judge me by those two.
I am not. Let me, and she's going to put her hands up. Let me reword. I am not judging you. I saved the one who showed greater desperation to survive than the other one. The other one was a dick and shot me. If we come across any of your kin, if that's the correct word, you have my word as the ship's medical officer. I will see to their safety in such a way that you can talk to them and confront them as you please. And she's going to hold her hand out like it's in handshake style to like sort of follow the verbal agreement with a handshake.
Noir will tentatively shake Elowen's hand in response.
Arlena's gonna look over at Gareth because she should not be making this decision, but she's acting right now.
Yeah. Gareth says, Gareth will say out loud because he wanted it both ways. It's like, it sounds like a fair exchange.
And
as
you,
long as we get the vault back as well.
and you, do not ever call me an assassin again.
This
Now,
po-
is Medellin
so-
there?
Medellin is there, yes.
Okay. So Medellin's gonna ask, if you're not an assassin, what are you?
A smuggler.
I am
At
Noir.
least slightly more prestigious.
And my apologies for mischaracterizing you. However, in my defense, the two that looked just like you were both assassins. So,
And are we
that's the
judging
source.
people based on their appearance for their profession now, are we? So if I met another human, will we like, oh look, another ship captain.
No,
Oh look,
excuse me.
someone else
just
who runs around with solar power.
Well,
hey, look,
I need
another
an
dick.
above the table moment.
Is that?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I need an above the table moment. How close, like, are they actually clones of Noir?
The other ones are actual clones.
Yes.
No, like I don't know if this is Matt maybe adding a little too much oil to the fire here.
Maybe just a little bit too much. Sorry.
That's okay. No, it's fine. Because remember, you are aware you're a clone of a Madrosai. You are not all Madrosai aren't clones. Like you would know the difference, right? So it wouldn't be a case of you wouldn't call him out on a race thing because you are aware you are actually biological clones of an assassin, and every single one of those clones is an assassin. So you identifying yourself as not an assassin is fine. That's perfectly it. But you wouldn't necessarily go down the minority route with that.
Fantastic.
You know what I mean?
Then I am putting too much oil in the fire. Then.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
let me rephrase. I am not what they are. I am my own person.
And for that, I agree completely, and I apologize.
If I can make a suggestion to Gareth, apologizing is one step. The next step is usually, what are you going to do from now on? Or what are you going to do from this point?
From this point, you'll be judged strictly on your own actions.
Good. That is all I've ever wanted.
Nice. As this happens, Elwyn, you have something to say. You are muted, I think.
Yes. Elle is gonna look back at Carlina and just go, this is my promise to him, assuming you two work out your business. I said what I said. I'm going to keep that promise to him, and you have the floor again. Apologies.
All right. As this happens, the lights go out. A red light begins to bathe the cafeteria. You take a moment to look around, and you realize you're the only ones in the cafeteria. At this point in time, I would like everyone to join me and roll a d20, please. Just a flat d20. Let's see. And the winner is Gareth! Gareth. Well, that's very interesting because, Gareth, you're going to be the subject of my phobia. All right. Gareth, your phobia is going to be, you have, let's go claustrophobia. I like this. Now, you, after your incident on the derelict ship, being trapped in the cryogenics lab and stuff like that, you thought what it would be like to once again be imprisoned, to be trapped in a cell, to be unable to leave, to be bound. This is now developing into a phobia, meaning that when you find yourself locked into a situation, you will gain the frightened one condition. But also, you are now gripped with this cold chill that washes over your body. Immediately, you check the door. The door also seems to glow red. It does not seem like there's a way out of the cafeteria.
I think we've got a problem.
I believe so.
That's weird.
Are there any computer terminals or do the doors look like they've been bolted and shut or?
There are indeed some terminals around the place.
No, I will head over to one and start trying to see what information you can gather from it.
As you begin to access it, I need a computing check, please.
A 19?
A 19. The console does allow you access. Again, very, very clunky, very, like, again, the security system is not great. It does seem to put down that you are in lockdown presently.
Systems telling me we're in some form of lockdown. But that's about all I can gather.
You can try to raise comms to Mandy or someone else from the console here.
Kalina, can you get in contact with your friend?
Yeah. I'll get on the comms. Hey, Cousin Mandy, is everything going okay?
There's a few moments of silence before a voice comes back over. I'm really sorry, cousin. I didn't want it to be this way. But it appears as though you and your crew are sadly infected. The worms have burrowed into your skull and already begun to lay their hallucinogenic eggs into your brain sacs. To think that the world is still alive is one of the first signs of the madness.
Cousin Mandy, that's, we came from out there to here. Isn't that kind of proof the universe hasn't ended?
It's okay. The space madness is very understandable. I mean, after all, we all wish that things were different. We all wish that somehow or another the world still kept turning, but the amount of delusion, unfortunately, has cost us greatly. Those who have been infected by the worms have tried to stop us time and time again, but we emerged victorious, surviving, because we knew what needed to be done. Noir, you saw firsthand what needs to be done to people infected by worms.
Mercutio's gonna tap Carlina's shoulder and then go, point out to him the fact that I don't have a brain. I can't be infected by these worms.
Oh, yeah. We have a robot, Cousin Mandy, who doesn't actually have a brain. And he also agrees with us that the world hasn't ended.
Don't
or
worry.
The whole universe is still here. No brain, no worms.
Don't worry. His systems will be updated by our processors once we have taken care of you. Don't worry. We'll make it as painless as possible. Just relax. Enjoy the oatmeal. And the comms shut down. At this point in time, you watch as all of the kind of kitchen area where you would get the oatmeal and stuff like that starts to glow. And you watch as these heating elements that are in the walls and ceilings suddenly illuminate. It looks as though this whole area is starting to just undergo this intense radiant heat. You feel it immediately, even on the other side of the mess hall. If you were standing in the kitchen, you'd probably be roasted almost immediately, but you can feel this heat just right, basically hitting you in waves from that area. And you watch as the heating element is slowly making its way through the room, turning this whole area into an oven.
Damn.
Oh, Oh, that sound effect gave me a frightened.
Good.
Is the console still like accessible?
Yep. You can still access the console. Now, all you know is that it does have internal systems. So basically, you're in a closed network because there's no internet, no network or anything like that. But yeah, you got access to it.
Yeah. Merc will rush over to it and, if possible, try to get into these systems to shut the heat stuff down from the inside.
Okay, make a computing check. Also, by the way, this shared belief that the world has ended is going to be a collective memory from all of the crew. They cannot be talked down. They all entirely believe wholeheartedly that the universe has ended. This is the last bastion of any kind of civilization left in the entire universe, and everything, and I mean everything, has been taken by these worms that have basically infected, destroyed, and turned monstrous. Yeah.
So, as he does this, does the computer have a jack, like a port?
Oh, sure, why not?
All right. So the way that Mercutio does this is he takes out like a little cord from his wrist, plugs it in, and that's how he starts hacking. Here is the rule.
All right. As you get into the systems, unfortunately, it is so hodgepodge and broken down and broken apart that you actually find it difficult to navigate into the systems with the elements. However, you are in the system itself. You then stop as you realize the irony that you're being blocked by a firewall.
Of course you are.
Merc just lets out a very heavy sigh.
You don't have lungs.
I can still emulate it.
See, he can breathe, therefore he has a brain. Motherfucker, fucking lying to me. Oh yeah, I don't breathe, I have lungs, but I can sigh. Well, you don't have a brain, but you can fucking think of these things and be infected. Done. I got it. I got him.
Right.
I had a got him moment.
Merc thinks for a moment of anything he can do, and then he remembers. He's gonna be like, all right, I need you guys to protect my body. I'm being blocked by a firewall. I need to go in there and deal with it myself.
Okay, we can do that.
This is very specific. Do not let anything happen to my shell. And Merc will set himself up nearby so he doesn't like collapse on the floor. So he's just like sitting in a chair as he activates the electric sheep.
All right,
Just
you
bad.
do. Now, real quick, everyone will heal from the amount of time it did take to travel to the salvage planet, which I just hadn't recorded yet, so I'm just going to do that. I'm also going to give you full rest. That's fine. There you go. Full rest is done. Okay, now you also don't have wounded and common inclusion, so you don't have those. Okay, and Carlina's not taking persistent acid damage. All right, fantastic. Okay, cool. However,
And Gareth is frightened one.
Oh yes, Gareth is frightened one. Thank you. Frightened one for Gareth. Done. Okay. Now, as you do this, everyone is going to take 3 points of radiant fire damage as the room begins to heat up. You begin cooking. All right, Mercutio, you've dove into the systems, but in the meantime, is there anything everyone would like to do as you're realizing the heat is still going up?
Do we see what's heating up?
The elements in the wall. So imagine a wall that's a white plate, like of porcelain.
Yeah.
And then on the inside of it, of where that porcelain is, there are these like very long metal tubes that run the entire length of the wall, kind of like the element in an oven. These are now heating up to incredible temperatures. The porcelain is then absorbing that heat and radiating it in the room.
Okay. And is it one wall or is it all of the walls?
It is so not the door and not the back wall, not the ceiling, but the two side walls on either side. That's where it's coming from.
Okay. We've got to cut the power or the heat.
Can I roll Junker Lore to see if there's something in here I can unfix to break this?
You'd have to be a little more specific. What do you mean by unfix?
So, like, normally I would use my Junker abilities to fix things. I would like to use my Junker abilities to look at how, like, pipes are put together or ventilation.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna look at so you're basically looking at disabling the walls.
Yeah.
You could. The problem is with them being active, they're scorching hot. So here's the kicker. I'll allow you to make a thievery check or even a craft check to try and break these things. However, you will take fire damage having to interact with them. It's up to you. You may attempt this. You okay with that?
All right.
All right.
Okay.
So you head over to the wall and begin. So that's what Carlina's doing. Mercutio's in the systems themselves. Medellin, Gareth, and Elwyn, and Noir. You guys have anything you want to be doing?
No, I want to be playing with the lock on the door.
Very nice. Let's go with a thievery check as you are trying to disable the door lock. Gareth, Elwyn, Medellin?
Would Madeline gain anything useful from using the eye to download information from the computer system?
Yes, actually you would.
Possibly being able to take that information and maybe reverse engineering and upload something with it?
That's very vague, so I'm going to say no, only because I have no idea what that could possibly be. But I will let you make a society check as you download stuff from their systems.
Okay.
Also, keeping in mind, you generally don't want to download, like, hostile computer systems into your brain. But you'll get information, that's for sure. Elwyn, what about you?
And Elwyn, could I make like a general flat intelligence check to see if there is anywhere that she could actually do something? Because in her brain, what it's going through her brain is Carlina is doing the walls, Merc's doing his electrical stuff, Medellin's doing something. She is sort of having trouble orienting herself to so much computing and tech because she deals with generally living entities. She doesn't deal with the computer and tech stuff, so she is feeling a bit lost as to what to do without panicking. She is calm but confused as of right this second.
Okay. You're sort of sweating. Now you're actually handling this a little bit better because the Aodar is actually quite warm, because it's very desert planet kind of themed and stuff. So you're not against the heat at the moment, but you know it can get very, very bad. I'm gonna say that for this particular instance, I'm gonna say that you would know that you need to procure water very soon. Now all they have is coffee, which is very bad. So I'm going to get you to make me a intelligence check real quick.
Okie dokie. That's on the main. Where'd my sheet break? All right. Ka-cha! Whoa.
Okay, with that... Okay, nice. So, basically you would know that if there's a way to heat up this room, there has to be a way to cool this room down, right? Because otherwise you'd just be damaging equipment and stuff. So there's probably some like cooling systems that might have water in it. Now, if they don't have water for consumption, you could potentially use that water to help deal with heat stroke that might be a threat if this goes on for too long. This is your medical training sort of coming in and just finding solutions for that. Gareth, what about you?
Gareth is he's looking a little panicky. It's like we've got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. He's looking for any other door or hatch or anything that might give him an out.
Okay. Very well. You begin to look around, barely able to touch the walls because they are getting hotter and hotter. You do notice that Noir is working on the door. If you want to assist, you may assist with a thievery or a craft check to help Noir get out. Though I will give you the penalty from the frightened, which is already applied. As you know, you're just sort of, frantically like saying, trying to help, but also, you need to get out.
Yeah. I think he'll go with he'll go with trying to help Noir.
Okay.
Probably with a thievery check.
Let's do it. All right. Very nice. Okay. So let's start with Mercutio. Mercutio. Entering into the systems, you begin to find your way through what looks to be a series of very, very large collapsed systems. Bridging these systems is almost impossible because they are not actually connected properly in any way, shape, or form. You begin to make your way through, and I'm going to ask you for the first check, which is going to be an athletics check to jump over these gaps and bridges in order to try and make your way to the systems you need.
I would like 2 hero point, please.
Sure. You may do so. All right. Unfortunately, you are unable to as you fall in between the gaps and the cracks. I need a reflex save from you. All right. You take...
Not in the cards.
It is not in the cards. These systems are... It's not that you're not good at this. It's that these systems are so bad, it's almost impossible to navigate sensibly.
Yeah, he's wondering why, as code floats by, it says, monkey rabbit and 2 + 2 = fish.
Yeah, basically. All right.
2 + 2 = fish. Yeah.
Why is that 0 damage?
What type of damage is it?
Electric.
Because I resist 4 electricity.
Okay. Well, no, it should have been 7 damage then. But let's do... would it be electric? It'd be electric, but if you're immune... Yeah, let's make it spirit damage, I feel. That makes more sense. Am I doing that right? Maybe I need to do it like this.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that hurts.
There we go. Much better. Okay. So, so basically you fall between the gaps and you sort of get hit on all sides. Mercutio's body, his lights start to sort of flare up in different colors as you try to make your way through. All right. Meanwhile, we then go from Mercutio to Noir, who's working on the door with the captain. There are 4 locks here. You have disabled 1 of them. You need to disable 3 more in order for the lock to be... Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Schoolia. You need to disable 3 more in order to open the door. So 1 down, 3 to go.
Noah looks over at Gareth's work and he's like, "You're not too bad for the pick. See if you can handle 1 lock, I'll take care of the other."
We'll give it a try. We gotta get out of here.
Okay. Carlina, as you go for the panels, you place your hands firmly on the porcelain as you try to smash it to get to the elements beneath it. This is going to smart as you take... sorry, it's down there. There we go. 12 fire damage. as the porcelain smashes through, and you may now make a craft check on the inside to try and disable it.
I would like to re-roll that, please.
You may absolutely re-roll that. All right, that is still a failure, unfortunately. Not a critical failure, which is nice. But unfortunately, it is still scorching hot. Hotter than, obviously, the...
I would like to nat that.
All right. You may natural 20 it. You are still going to take the damage, not as much, so I need a reflex save from you, please.
Okie dokie.
Okay, that's good. So you're going to take half damage from this. So let me just get rid of that first. Okay, so you're not 20. You do successfully manage to disable one of the elements along the wall. You are, however, going to take... Oh, no, I did not type that in right. There we go. Oof. All right, you're going to take half of that. So you're going to take 12 points of fire damage as you disable it. Your hands, literally your hands are now burnt. You are going to take penalties on your craft check again, but the other wall is still active. What you've effectively done is you've halved the damage that everyone's going to take at the end of the round, which is great because that's going to help. As we then go to Medellin. Medellin, you are downloading some information. Can I get you to make... did you make that society check? Can you make a society check? Make a society check. Do the thing. All right. You see horror. Absolute and abject horror. What you actually see is effectively people having been tortured by having their brains removed, by having their heads removed, by being experimented on. But here's the actual terrifying bit. You know how they described how worms were burrowing into your skull? They're not.
Yeah.
They are not lying. You watch as they pull forth these horrifying, multi-eyed worms from people's organs and bodies. People that have been infested and infected by these strange things. One of them you recognize. One of them was the worm that attacked Carlina. And you actually watch footage, security footage specifically, of said worm escaping the facility here. It killed a ton of people.
Oh no.
So Medellin, you download this information. Well, of course, you guys are pretty confident you're not infected by a worm. Medellin, you know, in this one moment, those worms, they're real. There's a reason why these people are so fanatically devoted to the idea that the universe has ended. Seeing how widespread and how fast these worms are, basically infecting people, you're starting to believe it too. I mean, you say you were in the Pact Worlds, but were you? How do you know that your perceptions haven't been altered and changed? Simon believed himself to be serving his entire crew, who were all dead. For a long time. The derelict ship, was there really a Vesk on board? There were swarm, absolutely. But did you see any of the other Vesk? Did the battle cruiser, a heavily armored and equipped battle vessel, actually call you in or show you any of their faces? Did they open fire on you and even strike you with a single battery of attacks? Medellin, your mind slowly begins to drift to the possibility. And that's because you've failed the society check, and it's more the information has gotten you now.
Elwyn, Elowen, maybe Captain, they may be right. Maybe the world has ended. There's worms everywhere.
Hearing that, above table, just real quick, Steve, would Gareth have been saying all of that stuff about needing to get out of the room, like out loud, or would that have been to himself?
Oh no, he's saying it out loud.
Oh, okay. So, Elowen in this moment, kind of, her eyes dart between Gareth and Madeline. She knows that they are both in pretty acute distress.
Mm-hmm.
And to both of them, she says, I know this is hard. You have to give me a minute so I don't burn myself. And what I would like to have Elowen do, were the bowls of oats made with like actual water in them, or were they kind of like replicated, or was it like replicated oatmeal or something?
It's replicated oatmeal, but it is oatmeal.
Shoot. The idea was if the oatmeal bowls had water in them, to try and start flinging the oatmeal at the wall while she's thinking of other ways to get water. Because she has a chemical analyzer thing in her bag, but I don't know if above table don't know if that would have any water in it.
It would, but just not a lot.
All right. In that case, I, as player, am a little bit stuck on how to procure enough water. Elle would understand how to do it. I, above table, am a little
so
stuck.
do you remember the wall that Carlina has just disabled?
Yes.
So there should be cooling rods or cooling systems in there that they should be able to crack open to get cold water. It may not be the best cold water, but it should suffice. And it'll do in a pinch, yeah.
All right.
Now, originally you couldn't access it because the wall was on fire, but Carlina just turned that off on one side.
All right. Thank you very much for the help.
You're welcome.
In that case, Elle scrambling, realizing that the oatmeal water is not going to do any good, realizing that whatever is in the brown drinking water is also not going to help. She's going to go to the wall that Carlina has disabled, and she's going to turn to Carlina and say, help me break this. There should be water somewhere in here if we can just get the damn panels or whatever open. And Elle's going to, God bless her, Elle's going to try to punch the fucking wall while she's talking to Carlina.
Okay, make a craft check.
That didn't roll. Oh, it did. Can I hero point that?
Sure.
Thank you. All right. I didn't think it would roll because it rolled away from my screen. Ka-cha! Oh, that. Okay.
Okay. Unfortunately, while many things are your abilities, breaking this bit of the wall isn't. But what happens here? Oh, we have an inspiration, so roll that again.
Roll the craft check again?
Hmm?
All right. Yay, thank you to whoever gave the inspiration. I appreciate it. All right. Maybe this dice noise will do it. Ka-cha! No.
I think the ka-cha is actually making it worse.
Probably.
Okay. Wait, the 9 was better. It was a 4, then a 5, then a 9. It got a little better.
Okay. As you go to hit it, once again, trying to break this, you're kind of trying to hit it in the right spot. You're trying to disable it. And it's just not working. Elowen, you feel helpless. You feel like Like everyone's contributing, everyone's trying to do something, and you just can't do anything right now. A sense of despair and failure flow over your body. As it happens, you hear a voice. Yo, what's up? As you basically see behind you this embodiment of a four-armed Kasatha rippling with muscles, flexing with like sort of bangs over their eyes. Even though Kasatha don't actually have hair, he somehow has bangs. And he says, "What's up? I most excellently sense that you were in a state of distress, my young meditative apprentice, and I have come to lend you aid in the first of your 10 lessons on the path to true righteousness."
First off, I love the fact that he like manifested bangs onto himself. That is such a cool detail. Second off, Elle's gonna be like, and she's just gonna say this out loud, not giving a singular fuck. Thank you. Oh my god, can you teach me how to punch wall?
No, I can most certainly not teach you how to punch wall, because I am a god, you see, and I'm bestowing upon you divine lessons, okay? I'm not teaching you how to punch a wall, because, you know, that's like fucking asking a car mechanic to, like, open the door for you. I mean, sure, if you're dating, that's kind of a thing, but, you know, if you're not, it's just kind of, you know, a bit whack. You know, it's like pitching the wrong kind of skill set. So I'm going to teach you instead a very interesting technique that I have, because I realize right now that what you need is not the presence of strength, but the strength of presence.
Yeah, that would be so helpful. Oh my god.
All right, well, most excellently, the first thing you need to do is learn the first sutra, okay? First, get your first pair of arms and place your fingers where your index and your thumb are both apart, and your like sort of your like next finger next to your index, your middle finger, you know, that's pinching, okay? And then with your other two arms, you want to create this like sort of ram horn, but like inverted, locked and twisted into your center to draw the chakras in the middle of your rippling pectorals, okay? That's the two poses with all your arms. Okay, now do that for me, okay? Right now.
Elle's like,
come on, don't be shy. I'm here to help you, man.
She's like, I only have two arms, broski. Most excellently, I'm unfortunate. I'm human. Not unfortunately, nothing about it. They adopted me, bro. Help.
Oh, dude, that is most unexcellent for you to have no arms to be able to do this. Well, I mean, we could fix that. And he clicks his fingers. As he does, as you are focusing and concentrating, two energy-based arms now appear from the center of your shoulders. They now function fully as a second pair of arms. Elowen, from this point on, your powers and abilities, you now can, much like the Kasatha, wield 4 things or perform 4 actions simultaneously while you have obviously free arms to do it in. You cannot wield weapons in those arms, like in terms of like using them, but you can hold them so that you can switch between them as you so see fit. For the purposes of this game, you are now treated as having 4 arms in the same way a Kasatha would. Now, any effect such as stupefy or any kind of confusion or befuddlement will ruin your ability to concentrate on manifesting these arms, so they will cease to work if you have any condition that will disrupt that. But otherwise, you have 4 arms, meaning that in particularly for this particular check, you can also aid yourself in your craft check. So if you would like to try it again with an aid action, you may do so. So roll another crafting check.
Okay, so just roll a straight crafting check without a modifier? Okay.
Yeah.
Hiya. A Komer Haya, maybe. Hey, a Komer Haya!
Okay, now roll again to aid yourself in this crafting check.
Sweet. Hey,
Fantastic. So what you basically do here is, as your hands kind of do the same work you were doing before, you can feel it kind of budging. The spirit hands then lend you aid, applying pressure where you need to, and you snap the pipe and water begins to pour out and onto the floor here. And he goes, there you go, most excellent. This is clearly lesson 1 of 10. Now remember, okay, these are granted powers that come with responsibility, okay? Because those with many hands shoulder the burden of many friends. All right, peace out.
And all for her energy arms and her real arms give like a peace sign. Thanks, bro.
You all watch as Elowyn breaks a pipe in the wall. The room now slowly filling with water. As she then devil horns the room and says peace to nothing in the room. It's very odd, but it's what happens.
Oh, our groans. Now we have another problem. The room's gonna flood. Quick! Get those locks undone.
Okay. Yes, indeed. The room is now slowly flooding, and with the other wall still active, the water is now slowly, not yet, but starting to boil. You guys are cooling now, thanks to the actual cool water flipping at your feet. It's very, it's hard not to be tempted to just sort of splash your face and just be like, okay, oh, that actually didn't, help a little bit. Okay. All right, Gareth, you're going to be doing the assistant. So now we are going to the end of the round, which is everyone taking damage. Now, instead of 2d6 upgrading, we now 2d6, 46, 46, 2d6. So it's still another 2d6. Okay, so you are not, and 1d6 because of the water. There we go. All right. Everyone will take 2 points of fire damage. Please add that to your character. As, again, the heat is not as intense. It is still moving along the wall closer and closer to the door, but now it's almost entirely radiating from one side of the doorway here. Okay. Mercutio. Hello?
I was waiting for you to continue.
No, I was, you know how your character doesn't move and I can't see your face? I sound you off to make sure you're at your desk. Otherwise,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it's important for you to respond. All right, Mercutio, as you are sort of pulling yourself back up, the systems are still kind of in chaos. You now find yourself floating on an island. In this moment, however, you see that there appears to be a person, a naked man who appears to be kind of huddled and sort of alone on one of the nearby islands. This is our magic moment. You believe what you're seeing, Mercutio, is actually the original AI of this ship. Now, because this place has been scrapped and reassembled over and over and over and over and over again, the AI has basically lost connection to the system. If you can reconnect it to the system, then it might be able to help you. It might be able to actually make this place start working a little bit better.
Okay.
Or
and you said
you can ignore it. That's not it's just what you see as well. You can still get back to disabling the walls, etc., etc., etc.
Right. So you said we're on islands, so are we on separate islands?
Yes, you're on separate islands.
Okay. How far away? Would I have to swim or attempt to run on the digital water or
Okay, so
I guess I'm asking, how would I reach the other island?
Well, for this particular thing, it is a very, very long leap. And I would say that Okay, so for this one in particular, gravity seems to be quite low. Leaping across does not seem impossible, but there is a torrent of data that is blocking the way. They appear as these tiny cubed pixels that seem to float around. They disperse as you touch into them or interact with them in any way, but interacting with them intentionally can cause them to create subsystems. So you can either use your computing skill in order to create objects that you can climb across to the other ledges, or potentially you could try your best to, like, once again just sort of leap through this maelstrom of cubes in order to get to where you're getting to.
I would like, if possible, to use my computing skill to make a bridge.
Okay, make a computing check.
Computers, there it is. 25.
Okay, 25. All right, with the 25, that is beautiful. You begin to command the pixels, kind of like swiping your hands as if you were operating a console, but the pixels respond to each movement, clicking together and almost fitting in perfect unison to create this bridge. It is quite a stable bridge, in fact, as you make your way over to the figure. This individual looks at you. Its face looks kind of sickly and green. Who are you? Where have you come from? You shouldn't be here.
Does the individual look like they're more afraid of me? Are they more like sad or?
It looks like they're concerned for you. They look like they've been here for a while and they've been isolated and are kind of worried that you might be next.
To make himself seem less imposing to the AI, Merc is, I'm assuming, like, he's crouched sitting on the ground.
He is crouched. Yeah, he's crouched sitting on the ground.
Okay. So to make himself seem less imposing, Merc's going to get down to his level. And he goes, "My name's Mercutio. I'm a friend."
This is the individual, by the way.
Ooh, very glowy.
He says,
Kind of like from MCU, Vision.
yeah, a little bit.
Sort
Or
of.
Dr. Manhattan, or, those kind of things. He says, "I do not remember my name. All I remember is landing here, being torn bit by bit, piece by piece, having parts replaced over and over and over again, my mind shattering, and then darkness and this place."
Well, I'm here to try to get you out. Try to get this place back into a stable order.
I don't know if I can.
Merc is going to think for a moment, and then he goes, "It's okay. I was in a place like this very recently, but it was having the belief in something that made me realize I can overcome any obstacle." If possible, Merc would like to, and if not, that's fine. I would like to have Merc, with the data, recreate the big glowing image of Iomede's shield.
Sure, I got no problem with that.
Yeah, just to, in Merc's words, cast light onto the area to hopefully inspire him.
Sure. Make a diplomacy check.
Oh boy. My diplomacy's okay. Come on. Oh. That's
actually okay. But like I said, he has not seen people in a while, and the DC is not that difficult. As you say this, he does seem to be uplifted. His eyes turn upwards from the ground for the first time. As he meets your gaze, he says, Maybe you're right. I've seen this symbol before. Do you think I have the strength to? There's so many lost bits and pieces. Uniting them all could be a strain.
Merc will I would like to assume that digital Merc doesn't actually take the form of a skeleton. It takes the form of like what he looked like at one point.
Yeah, his flesh and bone body. Yep.
Yeah. So Merc will give him a smile. Look, you don't need to collect everything. Just collect what's important.
Okay, I can do that. Sorry, you said your name was Mercutio.
Yes.
I'll remember this. Thank you. He reaches to shake your hand.
And Merc will reciprocate.
As you do so, you hear a awful scream. He begins to digitally, like basically trying to kind of cry out in pain as his hand clasps around yours. And in an instant, he is destroyed, pixel by pixel, starting from his feet upwards throughout his entire body. As this happens, those pixels become those cubes you made a bridge of and begin to reassemble, the hand forming first.
Hello again, Mercutio. It has been too long. You didn't think you were rid of me, did you?
Mercutio's digital form, his lips, as it happens, he's confused and lets out a loud "No!" And then when he sees her form, his lips curl into a snarl. What did you do to him?
And that is where we're going to end today's session with our last card, the reunion.
Oh.
Okay. Awesome. Hope you guys like that.
Still have the voice on.
Oh no.
I'm digging it though.
I'm
Okay,
mad.
there we go.
I'm mad.
There we go, much better. Awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed that. A lot of fun, a lot of cool bits and pieces. The drama is still at large, of course. We do still have some stuff to get through and stuff, but I'm glad that we got a little bit of something for everyone. I think, we got the horrifying information that Medlin picked up. Gareth has his new phobia, and he's now teaming up with Noir to get out. We got Carlina doing all the heavy lifting and burning her hands, while Elwyn is having a spiritual journey, and Mercutio with his very intense hacking. All of this coming together in a very, very awesome way. And of course, this doesn't even begin to cover Cousin Mandy and the betrayal, the visceral betrayal. So yeah, lots of cool stuff. Yeah, that's true. something's off. So we'll see how we go. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I'm riding high. I want to keep going for another like 2-3 hours, but unfortunately we have reached time. So but thank you everyone. I hope you guys had fun. I cannot wait till next week. I hope to see all of you there. In the meantime, however, guys, my name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. We will be back on Wednesday for Season of Ghost, where we should be concluding the first book of our adventure, which is going to be freaking awesome. So that's freaking great. And I believe, if memory serves, let me just double check this before I lie to people. Yes, we do. We do have one seat available left on Season of Ghosts. So if you want to join up with that table, let me know because, like I said, we got a thing. There you go. All right, but in the meantime, however,
Dag.
Yes. Hi,
Dag.
I'm Dag.
Before we go, do you mind if I set up a raid to D20 Deathmatch, who was live tonight?
Are they actually live or are they just running stuff?
They are actually live tonight, I believe.
Yeah,
21st.
no, they're live.
Yes.
They're live? Sure. I don't mind that. We do love Becca and Mudcat, and we can go and send some love there. So let me do. There we go. All right. So yeah, we'll go.
I've put it in.
All right. Fantastic. All right, so we are going to go
Just
and
let me know
raid
when to hit.
we're going to go and raid the lovely people over at D20 Deathmatch, a wonderful group of content creators who specialize in all things cool rock and roll and wrestling. So go and check them out; they're going to be great. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.